Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller. You finished your business plan. You've got some investors supporting your new startup. Your product or service is ready to go. But how do you get noticed? Where are the customers? That PayPal button on your sparkly new website just sits there. The direction of Donald Miller, author of Building a Story Brand, is just what you need. He knows that there is plenty of noise out there, advertisements that get scrolled through, skipped, and generally tuned out. His goal is to give you tools that will turn your marketing message into a story, thus engaging your potential customers and speaking above the noise. To get you on the right track, Donald Miller presents 3 essential story questions for you to address in your message. Number 1, what does the hero want? Number 2, who or what is opposing the hero getting what she wants? Number 3, what will the hero's life look like if she does or does not get what she wants? What does the hero want? Remember, think like a story writer now. Your potential customer is your hero. You want to clarify for them what they really need, whether it's a specific service or a product. Keep it simple. You may be able to build a stunning sales deck with slide after slide of all the advantages your product or service can deliver, but you won't have the hero's attention for that long. Let's say you are marketing kitchen gadgets. There is no time to address grating cheese, julienning potatoes, and mincing garlic. Your hero just wants to feel like a master chef in the kitchen. Distill your message down so you can offer them what they need or what they want the most. Miller suggests that to do this, you need to know your customer. Spend some time thinking about your ideal customer and come up with several potential desires, needs, or concerns your brand could address. Pick the top one for your focus. For a hint on where to start, consider the 5 most common things customers want. Number 1, to conserve money. Number 2, to make money. Number 3, to save time. Number 4, to increase status. And number 5, to connect with others. Using the example of kitchen gadgets above, let's apply these motivations and see how each could cast your product. Number 1, your gadgets are affordable. Number 2, your gadgets boost production. Number 3, your gadgets make kitchen tasks faster. Number 4, the top chefs on TV use your gadgets. Number 5, these gadgets would make hosting a cooking party a cinch. Spend time figuring out who your hero really is and what they are seeking. Then insert your product or service as the answer. Who or what is opposing the hero from getting what she wants? No story moves without a problem, a bad guy. So what is standing in the way for your customer? You want your product or service to appear as the weapon set to defeat the villain for your hero. Dig to get to the root of the problem. Don't stop with your customer's frustration. Instead, dig to find the root of that frustration. If, for example, your customer needs to build a website to display their portfolio, the villain is the hours of struggle navigating the difficult website builders they have tried. Personification and imagery are key. As you imagine a story with your customer as the hero, personify the opposing factor, giving the opposing factor visible and tangible characteristics. For example, website building platforms are a labyrinth to navigate, and they are hijacking your potential customer's plan for success. What will the hero's life look like if she does or does not get what she wants? Basically, you need to determine what is at stake for your hero. What can happen if the customer does not engage with your product or service? Hints at the consequences of ignoring you can stir the customer's imagination. This isn't hard to do since most of us have lively imaginations when it comes to fretting and worrying. Let them envision the consequences. If you're an editor, for example, you would want your customer to imagine the humiliation of those scathing reviews on Amazon. Great storyline, but just couldn't get through it because of all the silly typos. Or, this author shows great potential, too bad she didn't care enough to proofread her work. Of course, you must be careful unloosing the power of the imagination, and Miller warns against going overboard. This strategy needs to be controlled like salt on your food. Following his food metaphor, you need to follow the warning with dessert. You have activated a bit of fear or worry, follow it with hope. Your customer needs to see that you offer something that could bring them a positive outcome. In this way, you clarify the conflict for your customer. While there is something to fear, the villain, you offer a way to conquer, your product or service. Miller points out, while you may want to be the hero of your marketing message, the potential customer needs to be the hero. Think of yourself as the guide. You know a way to help them succeed. Customers want to succeed, not create your success. What customer would respond just to up your sales to 6 figures? Instead, as the guide, you communicate empathy and authority. Your job is to show you understand your hero's predicament and you know how to guide them. This takes credibility. You build the hero's trust by establishing yourself as an authority. Common ways to build credibility are through testimonials, statistics, awards, and even professional and recognizable logos. If you neglect the action of the story, all this work will have been for nothing. Your hero may have accepted you as a guide that understands their need and is able to help, but now what? What is the next step? Often called the call to action, this step is the clear plan for how your product or service is engaged and used. Often, this is some sort of agreement, and Miller points out that giving the agreement a title seems to make it more concrete and valuable. When promoting your website builder, for instance, you might offer the starter plan or the professional plan. Your call to action might lead to either direct or transitional action. Direct action means full buy-in, while transitional action might be a free trial period or a consultation of some sort. Either way, by this point your hero should be seeing the happily ever after of the story. Make sure to give their imagination something positive to envision. They may picture themselves hosting a cooking party as a master chef and using your kitchen gadgets, basking in their dazzling and professional website that your website building platform enabled them to create, or reading rave reviews on Amazon due to your expert editing. Just remember, the story ends with them being the hero and achieving their goal. And as the guide, you smile in the shadows and celebrate having gained a customer.